Bryce is absolutely one of the most patient people that I know. He is just so calm all the time, which is really good for me because I'm not. And he balances me out very well. He is able to bring me back down and realize what's really important. And he doesn't get frustrated or angry. He's just always so gentle.
My favorite thing about Lindsey, I really want to say, is her smile. Not just because like it's pretty or whatever, but because it's infectious.
So the first time I ever saw Bryce, I was at my dorm at BYU, and there was a knock at the door, and we went and opened it, and there was two boys standing there. They were just wearing aprons and basketball shorts. They didn't have any shirts on.
We got to this one girl's apartment, and my friend saw the aprons that they had on the wall, and he was like, you know, it'd be really funny if we took off our shirts and put on the aprons and went on to different girls' apartments and asked them for sugar.
And they came into our apartment and just talked to us for a couple of hours, just hung out. And it was so weird, and we were like, who are these boys? I didn't really think much of it, didn't know him, and didn't think I'd ever see him again really after he left that day.
Until the next fall, I moved into my new apartment over at Heritage, and I go to the ward on Sunday, and sure enough, there she is.
We were really good friends our freshman year, starting fall semester. We hung out a lot, and nothing much ever came from that, and he left on his mission. I wrote him a couple times on his mission, just, how's it going, how are you, you know, good to hear from you, and then he came back last May.
I had just gotten out of a relationship, and I was hanging out with her all the time, and I just gotten back to college, and I mean, she was still like my best friend.
Then we just started hanging out again, and it just developed very slowly from there.
I was kind of starting to think like, I'm not totally sure if I like her, I think I might, but I feel like I should just like hang out more, but I'm allowed. And so what I did, I remember I asked her, I was like, hey, do you want to come to this movie with me?
And I wasn't sure if this was like a date or just hanging out. So I just took it as a date because that's what I wanted it to be.
And I'm totally sure she thought in her head, it's like, oh my gosh, she's asking me on a date, and I totally didn't think like that. I was just like, oh, I just want to hang out with my friend.
So we went to the movies, and it was really strange. He was like texting the whole time.
We sat next to her, and I totally like ignored her the entire time because I was still like super nervous about it all, and I just like texted other people like the entire movie.
And I was like, what is going on? And so after the movie, he was like, do you want to go grab some food? I was like, yeah, sure, you know, just go get something to eat. We went to IHOP. That was like our place freshman year. We were at IHOP all the time.
And so I took her there, and I specifically remember asking her, so do you think like when we're like married to like other people, I remember like emphasizing like to other people, do you think like we'll still be friends? She just looked at me and she goes,
no, we're not gonna be friends. And I was like angry. And I was shocked that he said that. I had no idea that's what he was. I was so confused.
It was pretty awkward for us, and I remember that. And after I said that, it was pretty quiet, and we finished up, and I took her home and gave her a hug.
And I went home, and I was so mad at him. I couldn't even believe that he said that. So I was pretty sure after that that was like the friend zone moment. I was sure.
And it really did make me think a little bit more. I was like, maybe she actually like does really like me, or maybe this is something I should pursue, definitely.
So after Bryce asked me if we would still be friends after we got married to other people, we just continued to hang out like friends like we usually did, and things seemed to progress a little bit. We started like, we'd hang out and watch movies, and we'd cuddle a little bit and things like that.
And we were in that really awkward phase of like, are we dating, are we hanging out, are we just friends? But like clearly I was showing the signs that like we're dating, because I was like holding her hand and stuff like that. And
everyone was like, just wait for Bryce to make a move or wait for Bryce to say something. And finally I was sick of waiting for Bryce to say anything. So he was at my house one night, and we'd watched 2 movies.
And we watched a super scary movie, and then we watched a funny movie. And afterwards she just stops, and like the credits are rolling, she goes, can I ask you a question?
And he was like, yeah, sure, and he exhaled, and it was really dramatic, and so I didn't say anything for like 3 minutes, because I was like, well, there's your cue. You can say something now. And
it was just silent, completely silent, super awkward for not even kidding, just silent for like 3 or 4 minutes. And I was just like, okay, I totally know what's gonna happen.
I waited like 3 minutes, and then just really quickly I said, Bryce, what is this?
As we're cuddling, it's like, and I guess my answer sort of surprised her, because I was like, well, like, look, I really do like you. but I'm scared that if we start dating, then I'll lose you as a friend.
Basically, I guess I kind of gave him an ultimatum and told him that either we were going to date and be together,
or it won't work out, we'll date other people, and we'll get married to other people, and then we wouldn't be friends anyway. So it's not worth it to not try.
Regardless, those were the two options.
And when she said that, it was just like something went off my head. I was like, how did I not think of that before? I was like, okay, yeah, no, let's do this then. I would love to, yeah, I really want to date you.
Guess we started dating that night. So Bryce initiated our first kiss. We had been dating for probably almost a week.
I was over at her house and we were watching a movie again. And just during the movie, I was just like, man, I can't believe I haven't kissed her yet.
And he was getting ready to leave and I was sitting on the couch and he kneeled down on the couch, on the floor in front of the couch.
And I remember I went in.
And he just kissed me, just really quickly kissed me.
And it felt really good. It did feel a little strange at first that it was like I'm kissing my best friend, but it felt good. It felt right.
And that was it. It was super simple and it was good.
I actually said I loved you first. I remember we went on a date to the, it was like a haunted ski lift up at Sundance.
And we were on the ski lift and we were cuddling. It was so cold that night.
So before we started dating, when we were best friends freshman year, we always just told each other, oh, I love you, I love you, just saying goodbye, love you, see you later.
And so on the ski lift that night, Bryce goes, I have a question. I was like, yeah. And he said,
do you ever wonder why we don't say I love you anymore? And I was had this my heart was just beating so fast.
And I was kind of taken back by it because I figured it was pretty obvious why we didn't.
And she I guess she didn't really know what to say. And I was like, well, I love you. More than any, I absolutely love you. I have always, and now it's a little different, but I love you.
And he kind of rambled a little bit, and it was really cute. He was really nervous. And then he said, but you don't have to say it back, it's okay, you don't have to say it, just so you know. And I just kind of laughed, and I just waited for a minute, and then I told him that I loved him too.
And it was a really sweet moment. We stayed quiet for a little bit and kissed a little bit, and it was a really sweet moment.
It was good. I feel like I'd been waiting for that for so long. It had been such a long process from meeting each other to getting to that point, and I just wanted to be in that minute for a little bit.
So I remember it was a Monday and it was snowing super hard outside, and I went over to get the ring. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go buy the ring tonight. And I went and got it, and literally I brought it home, and my roommates were home and stuff like that. And I was like, dude, come to my room right now. And I showed him the ring, and I was just like, dude, there's no way I can hold on to this for a while. I need to do it this week. I need to do it right now.
So Bryce is terrible at keeping secrets, and once he got the ring, he was awful.
She came over to my house, I want to say the night after that, after I got the ring. And I was just super smiley the whole time because I had the ring, just in my room, just sitting in my drawer.
He got the ring on a Monday and told me pretty much immediately that he had it. It was just torture for him. I think it was worse for him than it was for me.
That whole week, she knew that I had the ring, and I was just teasing her super hard about it. I have the ring, and you never know when I'm gonna propose or whatever. I kept telling her, I was like, it could be 3 weeks. Maybe it's tomorrow or.
He told me he was gonna propose on Friday. He talked about it constantly, and then he was just like, are you ready for tomorrow? Thursday night, he said, are you ready for tomorrow? I was like, no, it's just Friday. I have work all day in class. He's like, tomorrow's gonna be a really good day. And he did that all day Thursday. And I just knew. I knew that Friday was the day he was gonna propose.
It was 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning. I went and left some roses on her doorstep.
And my roommate gave me a call. She left for work at 6:30, and she gave me a call and said, can you check outside the front door and see if I dropped my ID badge for work, because I can't find it. And I was annoyed. I was running late that day and I wasn't getting ready on time, and I was like, oh my goodness, no. And she's like, please just go check. So I walked out my front door and there was a bouquet of flowers on the ground, and I was on the phone with my roommate the whole time, and I just started freaking out, and she's like, did you find my badge? I'm like, shut up, it's not your badge, it's flowers. And I was just losing it, and there was a note on the flowers that said,
today's the day. make sure you make it to your finance class today. And so I had gotten in contact with her finance professor that week, and I had asked him if he would be willing to give her a note in front of the whole class. And Lindsay's totally not about that. She hates being put up in front of people. But I wanted to put her out of her little comfort zone because I knew I was going to have to go out of mine a little.
So I got to my class and my professor called me up in front of the whole class of 400 people, which I am not good in front of crowds. I get very stressed. He called me up and had me say the opening prayer for class, and then asked me just some random questions about school, and then gave me this note from Bryce and asked me to read it in front of the class, to which I declined because that was really embarrassing. And so I ran back to my seat and I read the note.
The note gave her the instructions for the scavenger hunt, where she had to get the coordinates, and she had to text my roommate to get the next set of coordinates. And the first set of coordinates, it was supposed to send her to the Bountiful Temple. And
I ended up at a random house in Sugar House.
And it was just super funny because she texted a picture to my roommate, and he calls me and he's like, dude, I don't think she's in the right place. Should I text her the next coordinate? And I was just like, oh crap. I was so worried. I was like, oh man, this totally ruined everything.
And then they just gave me my next set of coordinates, and I was like, okay, here we go. I don't know where I am.
I was like, just send her the next coordinate and send her over to Temple Square.
My next stop was Temple Square, and then I went to a haunted house that we had been to a few times during the fall.
Sent her to a couple different temples, different places that we'd been on dates together, and it was really cool to see her send pictures.
And I got to Thanksgiving Point was my last place, and I got there and sent the text to the number, and they told me basically to go home and wait until 6 o'clock, I think, and go to Bryce's intramural basketball game.
And everybody on the team knew that I was going to do it that night. And she showed up, and she was sitting next to my roommate's sister, who she was good friends with.
And she was sitting there at the game with me, and Bryce got subbed out.
And I snuck out without her seeing me, and I went to go get ready.
And I wasn't even paying attention, and at halftime, my friend said, okay, here's your next clue.
My roommate's sister gave her the next note to send her over to actually where we first met, over at Heritage Halls.
So we went to his old dorm room in Heritage.
It was cool to have her go there. She got pretty emotional. From what I heard, she got pretty emotional when she got there. She saw the note, and it told her to go to one last place, and it was to the ice skating arena where we had our ice skating class together freshman year. So
once I got to the ice skating rink and Bryce texted me to go upstairs, I walked up the stars, and he was standing at the end of the hallway, and he was just smiling.
I started talking, I'm just shaking, terribly shaking, I'm just I'm freaking out.
He was shaking so bad. I remember as he was proposing, I told him he was shaking, and he was like, just let me finish, just let me finish. Totally interrupted him.
And I'm talking to her, I'm just like, Lindsay, you know I love you so much.
He told me exactly how many seconds it had been since we'd met, and told me that he didn't want to spend any more without me as his wife. And
I got down on one knee, and I said, will you marry me? She as soon as I said marry me, she just jumped on me. She said, yes, absolutely. And she gave me a big kiss, and
it was very special. It was really cute. He was so nervous.
It was a really, really good moment. Neither of us could stop smiling.
I'm so excited to marry Bryce. He's my absolute best friend. He has been for 4 years now, and he keeps life so exciting. Everything is always so fun with him. It's always an adventure, and I'm excited to be able to go through life with him by my side and always have my best friend with me. I can't wait.
I'm excited to marry Lindsay because she's my best friend. I never cared this much about anybody in my entire life. My most exciting thing that I can think of would be to marry my best friend, to be around her always, and to, like I said, just to be able to see that smile every single day. That's all I want, is just to be able to see that smile that she has every single day. Make sure that it's my job to see that smile.
Learn a language, find another way to say everything we do. Baby, me and you are gonna make a brighter day. Everything we say, it makes my world okay. It's gonna be a brighter day. be a brighter day.